if you were with us since the beginning of the morning, you've seen already a few examples of how brands and companies can transform digitally or use digital to transform themselves. And so we're going to have a new example of this, very interesting example, a little bit connected to Bosch because well, we're going to speak about the connected home as well and IoT as a topic. And so the session will be with the head, so the general manager for Somfy France, and I want to make sure I know how to say his name. So we're going to have on stage Serge Darrieumerlou with me. Yeah, we can on stage. And as always, please ask questions on the interact part of the app. Vote for the best ones because we're not sure we'll be taking all of them. Serge, so let's start with some education with our people here about Somfy, because if they're like me before we prepared, I would think of Somfy like an old French company doing stores for my home, and that's pretty much it. But
that's not bad.
Yeah,
that's the point.
Okay,
that's what we are doing.
Start.
Okay, so hello to everybody. Somfy is a French company. It was created in 1969. The head office is next to Annecy, between Annecy and Geneva in Cluse. Our historical activity in the 70s was motorization manufacturer. We are manufacturing motorization for rolling shutter, awning, and then we developed other kind of motorization for gates, garage door. Then we developed the alarm business also. And then we developed remote control to pilot with a radio our motorization. We were the first to develop this, the radio for this kind of motors. And then the remote centralization, being able to manage many products at the same time with one remote control. And then with the age of mobile internet, the remote went outside the home. And then we launched in 2010 our connected home solution called the Tahoma, which enables to pilot the house or from outside the house with a smartphone. Well, that's our mission.
And it's not a small company. I mean, the
no,
global turnover you're doing is quite
We are
good.
reaching soon the billion euro turnover, and we are in 50 countries, and we make 25% of our turnover in France. It means we are a French company making 75% of its turnover abroad, which is a good thing.
Very good. So we saw you at LeWeb for the first time last year. You came just with a small booth just to learn, and that's how I ended up being interested in what you were doing. But how do you manage? Let's talk about your digital transformation. How did you manage to bring innovation to a group that could have stayed? I mean, plenty of groups will be staying on the side and not integrate digital and new technologies. How did you manage that?
That's clear that last year coming for the first time at the web was a turning point for the intern teams and also for the market to show them that we were on the go, on the tracks for our digital transformation. And in fact, the digital transformation has been an ongoing transformation for us. What we have in our DNA by Somfy is this pioneer spirit, and always making the bridge of the coming technologies and how to make them standards for the end user. And we try to be always in this emerging future, to try to detect what will be the following of the story and how to adapt it to the maturity of the end user to make them standards. And that's really our main purpose by Somfy. That's why we came at LeWeb, and here I am at LeWeb, but I am representing our end users, and it's my responsibility to be here with my teams for our end user to show them that we are watching what is coming step.
Perhaps it's interesting to explain what you did before. It's before joining Somfy. The thing you brought to the market, I'm sure plenty of you will know it. So tell us a little bit more about what you were doing.
Okay, so before I was working by Decathlon, which is sport goods stores, you may know, and I was innovation manager there.
And I mean, I want to give you this example you brought to the market.
One of the first projects I did when I launched this innovation platform was this famous 2 seconds tent, which was the first part of the story of the connected home, maybe.
And so it was brought to the market because on the platform you created for Decathlon, so people were explaining what were the challenges and the issues with the existing tents.
Yeah, in
so
fact,
it was open innovation.
If we make it short, it was a first example of open innovation, and the idea of these 2 second tents came from the end consumer when we asked them what would be your dream product, and 98% of the people answered, I want to throw the tent in the air and it's done. And we said we stop everything, we do that, and 12 months later the product was in the store. So put the consumer in the center of your company, listen to him, trust him, and you will make a breakthrough on the market. And so is it, let's go back to Somfy, is it the same organization? You have requests coming from end consumers and giving you ideas, and that it helps you to go in a good direction? Yes, working with end user and listening to end user is once again one key point in the DNA of Somfy. And when we enter in this age of digitalization, all the projects we have to digitalize the company is to put the end user more and more in the center of the company, listening to its needs. We developed, for instance, a social CRM platform where end users can help each other to install themselves our products. And it is key to listen to them. And as I said, our purpose is to bridge the gap between technologies to make them standards. So we always listen to the level of maturity of the end user, what they really need. And when we are in the world of the connected house, it's a complex approach because the end consumer expects to pilot many things at the same time, and we have to understand what he really wants to develop the right scenarios, the right partnerships. So what's your, let's talk about this. What's your mission for the connected home? How do you, what role do you want Somfy to have? And if you want, we can show videos right now or later. You show it while I'm talking? Yeah, sure. Let's have the first video in the background. And you will explain. When we talk about connected home, we talked about technology, but the key point for the connected house is the user experience. And what we want to offer as a company is to offer to the end user the best connected house experience. Let me show it. Can we get the videos, please? Thank you. If you want to explain what we're looking at. So here you have the end user using our interface, Taoma. That's how to pilot the house. And now she is launching a scenario, leaving the house. And at the same time, in one click, she will put the alarm on, close the rolling shutter, close the door, and leave the house. And anywhere from in front of her house, or when she arrives at the office, she can click again, and wherever she is in the world, she can check whether rolling shutter windows are closed or opened, and launch scenarios. And this is a live available solution? That's a live available solution since 2010. When we launched this product in 2010, we knew it was very early and early stage, and the end user was not ready. But now it's coming. When we were saying 5 years ago, you will have your house in your pocket, and you will master everything can happen in the house. end user was saying, okay, but it's rocket science, I don't need it. And in fact, this ubiquity, the mobile digital, the mobile internet, and then the connected object is learning us the ubiquity of ourselves and ubiquity of things. And we are always connected with people, and we are always connected with things, and now we are always connected with our house.
Just a question before continuing on your vision, connected home. How do you make sure that in a group where perhaps the culture was more like in doing everything that can allow us to have more sales, you make sure your teams have a midterm and long-term objective, such as what you launched in 2010, who was pretty early on the market, and how can you combine the two objectives, driving innovation and transformation, and making sure you have your sales?
Yes, of course. The main topic is to make turnover every day, and in these hard times, it's sometimes difficult to develop the turnover. But we work on the vision and the 10-year vision to try to describe how the end user will live in the house and what will be the connected house experience for end user. And we did this job, it was more than 5 years ago, describing what would be the connected house and the experience the consumer want to live. And of course, digitalization was in the heart of the project. And we had to develop this kind of click and mortar company. We have a lot of networks of skilled tradesmen to install our products, and it was obvious that the end consumer would need a digital experience going through internet, community, and have different relation with the company. So we launched what we call the Somfy 2.0 at the time, which was a digitalization project, how to digitalize with our supplier, our partner skilled tradesmen, how to digitalize with the end user, and how to digitalize our relation between ourselves in the company also.
I think it was one of the questions that is currently one of the top voted. Oh, no, actually it's one of mine. Anyway, so how do you, I'm going to take this one later, how do you measure an impact? How do you, on your brand, on all these innovations? Do you get like studies on the market? Do you ask people? How do you make sure that what you're doing, your vision you're having, is really thriving sales in the end?
Yes, well, I think first that as we are since years a trusted brand, and we have a very high awareness on the brand, and now we have a very high and the highest awareness on the topic connected house, since more than 50% of people say Somfy when we ask them for a brand of connected home. So that's the first point, very important, and very important because the end user expects trusted brand for installation. They do not want to go through a standalone skilled tradesman which make an installation and could be away 2 years later. So that's the first point. And the second point, in fact, is we sell these remote control products like the Tahoma. It's a very small part of the turnover, but the key point is that, in fact, each motorization we sell is a connected equipment of the house, and at the time all the teams are working on the connected equipment topic, and we do not develop motors anymore, we develop connected equipments.
It's a good transition to a topic that is very important for you, and actually, of course, this one really a question that has been asked is, do you want to develop everything by yourselves at Somfy? Or do you partner with other companies? In the example in the question that is asked here is Nest, SmartThings, WeThings. Is it interoperable? Well,
when we did this 10 years vision exercise 5 or 6 years ago already, we were all convinced that only one actor cannot make the story of the connected house alone. What the end user want to experiment is a global experience, a very on-measure experience, and one actor will not have all the devices. That's why we are working on our subject, on our motorization, that each motor we install in a house is a connected equipment, and even the millions of motors we have already equipped in the house can be connected, and we have at the time more than 200,000 connected objects in the houses. And after, what we wanted to do with the Tahoma, the first level of Tahoma is enabling to pilot the house from anywhere in the world. But in fact, the Tahoma is thought as a multi-protocol platform. And then we propose to other brands to integrate their own protocol in this box for a seamless experience for the end user. And then in one click, you can close your running shutter from Somfy, the heating of Atlantic or the Dietrich, the roof windows of Velux, and all these companies share then the same scenario for a richer experience of the end user.
And you're also doing something with Philips Hue, right?
Exactly. So we did yesterday. We presented the new compatibility of Philips lighting of the Hue lighting, which is compatible with the Tahoma, which is, I hope, a first step of collaboration with Philips.
And what about startups? I mean, because these are big brands, it's fine, but I mean, we're here at LeWeb', and I hope we have some entrepreneurs in IoT, and I'm also working at Sigfox, so I mean, I want to make sure Somfy is dealing with startups, and so we can have a better ecosystem in France.
Yes, we are dealing with startups in different cases. First point, we give a great service to the startups, because if we want to make it happen, if we want the connected home revolution to happen on the markets, one key point is to train and improve the level of skill of our skilled tradesmen. Because when we are talking about connected house, it's not only standalone products we use, but it is really built-in products. And our purpose and our mission on the market is to train these skilled tradesmen to improve the average skill of these people, that they should not be scared about connected house. And that's the first thing we are doing for young startups, which cannot afford this. And we have thousands of customers, but we have 1,000 of partners, industrials, tradesmen, which are acting on the market, and we make thousands of trainings every year to improve the average level of these people.
Very short answer, if you want to continue.
And very short answer. Since 2 months now, we have a new office for Somfy in Paris in an incubator. And when we are making some watch on the market of weak signals, we do it as we were doing it on the former century. But now we have to make this watch with the startups, and we are organizing this working with the startups now.
Because I really want to make sure we answer what is so far the most upvoted question we had, and it's what are the security concerns? How big is the danger of hacking a connected home?
The danger is maximum, but being afraid will not prevent the danger. So it's a key point for us and for any actor of the connected house. And for us, we are working on different levels. First, our radio protocol we developed is a protocol dedicated for the house with a high standard, very high standard of security, bank standard of security, in fact, that's the first point. And the second, when you have these cloud informations, we also have a very high level of certification, and we obtained last week the certification of a German company called Cisco GmbH, which gives these agreements, and we have the Cisco GmbH agreement since last week, and that's a key point, of course.
Yeah, we know German people, our German friends are very
if Germans are happy with this security, we are on the good track.
Might be a good answer. Perhaps last question, I'm not sure we'll be able to answer it shortly, but what about artificial intelligence? Are the smart systems able to learn from each other?
they are able to learn, and it is the end user which will learn also to live with them and to change the scenarios.
But so far, you don't have any kind of machine learning direction of artificial
intelligence will come, but the artificial intelligence and emotions will be the difference between a human being and a machine for a long time. But the system is learning. With all the information we have, we can better understand how the end user use the products and how to adapt them for the next products, in fact.
Okay. 15 seconds for the last one, because we have the time. What about Orange with a home solution they announced, I think, 1 or 2 months ago? Is it a competitor or partner?
Well, we are actors of the same ecosystem and of the same value chain. And it's a good thing that other people invest in communication on the connected home. We are a key actor of the value chain of the connected home, as the teleco, and has other actors coming from the US soon, as Google and Apple, which will help us to develop the market.
All right, I think it's time to leave. Thank you very much, Serge, for all these answers. And if you guys want to test what Somfy is doing, I think you have a booth over there.
You can come on our booth and we can discuss more.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.